What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Dazzled or Disappointed. I am super excited about today's. I feel like I say that a lot, but no, I am really excited about today's. I've got the Natasha Denona Tan, Bronze, and Glow palette for you. This is not a first impressions. I have been using this, diving into it, playing with it, testing it out, just everything I can think of so that I can get y'all the most detail as far as my experience with this product. So if you're interested in seeing if this is right for you, price tag, swatches, details, like a demo, all of that, then just keep on watching. Alright, so before we go into that, I usually say this at the end of my videos, but I think I'm going to start saying it at the beginning. I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up if you like it and you found it helpful, if you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll consider subscribing if you are new to my channel. I really would love to have you as part of this YouTube family. The group of people we have are so kind, so nice, just a good group of people, and I'd love to have you as part of it. So please consider if you do find this helpful and you want to see more of it. So let's go ahead and get into this palette. This was super hyped up. This was going to be released during the VIB sale, and that was, I think, May 3rd, and then it got moved, and I knew that would happen. I don't know, something in my mind said, how funny that they would release a luxury product during the sale, and lo and behold, it got pushed back. That's okay. So first off, let's go ahead and go into the Sephora site and details on pricing. You may already know all of this stuff, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. So this is a 4-pan palette, 4-pan of product palette, however you want to call it. It is $55. Natasha Denona is a luxury brand, so I like, though, that they are releasing smaller palettes at a more achievable price point than the larger $80, $90, $129 price tag. So it is $55. And it's described as a midi bronze and glow palette with shades of alluring bronze, creamy tan, and incandescent champagne. This product is cruelty-free. Glow Cream Base is a hydrating, luminous cream highlighter to give skin the ultimate lit from within radiant glow. Super Glow is a super soft highlighting powder that gives skin an intense, ethereal, glass-like glow. So I've got that on right now. This lightweight formula contains high levels of crushed and milled chroma crystals mixed with crushed pearls. Glow Impact Powder is a multi-dimensional metallic highlighting powder with a soft focus HD finish and a velvety smooth texture. Blush and Bronze Powder is a powder with a smooth velvety texture that melts into the skin for seamless shaping, effortless blending, and maximum comfort. So for reference, you get 2.8 grams of the Glow Cream Base, 3.5 grams of the Super Glow, 3.2 grams of the Glow Impact Powder, and 2.5 grams of the Blush and Bronze Powder. I guess in my mind I would have thought they would have all been the same size gram-wise, but apparently they are a little bit different. So that it is available on Sephora's website and their app. And it does have a shelf life of 18 months. Quite frankly, I keep my makeup for a lot longer than the shelf life, but you know, that's just me. And it is made in Italy. So let's go ahead and start diving into the product. So the box comes like this. I love it, and I'm going to tell you that I actually kept the box to my Bloom palette. So what's funny is when the teaser first came out about this, it had said that there was more, I forget, something along the lines of more shades coming out for this, or they're adding more shades to this lineup, something along those lines. So I think a lot of us thought it was going to be another Blush and Bloom palette. Is that what this? Blush and Glow palette. But we thought it was going to be an extension to that. But I don't think we ever figured it would be a bronzing palette. But perfect for summer. The packaging is just, I love it. It's simple, but super classy. Then you've got the inside. It looks just like the Blush and Glow palette as far as size. I'll give you a comparison here in a second. It's very pretty. It has the ND in there, and it has tan. And then on the back, you just have the little Natasha Denona sticker with the outline of the diagram of the inside of the palette. You do have a full-size mirror on the inside. And then if you are familiar with Natasha Denona palettes, you pretty much know that her cream products are covered with a plastic cover to protect from the powder products. It's just very well set up. So the Bloom palette, I know a lot of people were saying I didn't anticipate it being this small, blah, blah, blah. I think this is a perfect amount of product. Or truly, I will never go through this whole thing. And I would rather pay less and get less than get more that I'm never going to use, because more keeps coming out that we all want to try and buy and all that stuff. So you do get the cream highlighter right here. You have a Super Glow right here. the powder bronzer and the powder, what's it called? Glow Impact powder. So let me go ahead and give you swatches, and then we'll go into the demo, and then I'll give you my final thoughts from there. Here you go, guys. You've got the Glow Cream Base Super Glow, the Blush and Bronze Powder, and the Glow Impact Powder. So those are all 4 swatches right there. You can tell very metallic, high sheen, which I'm all about if you know me. And that's what those look like right there. So now that we've gone through that, let's go ahead and go in through to the demo so that you can see how I apply it for reference. I am a light to light medium neutral skin tone, so my foundations will vary. Sometimes I pick up the light neutral and sometimes I pick up light medium neutral. There are some foundations like Fenty in which the light neutral is too light, and even the light medium neutral is borderline, but as far as being a little too light. But there are some foundations in which the light medium neutral is too deep for me. So that just depends. So just keep that in mind as we go through this demo, and that way you know if this is going to suit your skin tone based on how I'm applying it. When we come back from the demo, I will tell you why I use these things the way that I do. There's a reason. But let's get into that and we'll be right back. So I'm going to start off using the powder bronzer. It's the Blush and Bronze Powder is what it's called. I'm just going in with a bronzer brush, and I find that I have to layer this just because if I go in with too much, it ends up looking a little too deep for my skin tone. So I just go around and put this on the perimeters of my face. I'm going to also bronze my cheeks and my nose as well. If you just heard that, that's my husband singing downstairs. I'm totally leaving this in. So I find that this powder blends in really nicely, and there's nothing like an itch once you have all your makeup on and having to just pat. But it does blend very, very nicely. Next up, I am going to go in with the Super Glow Cream. And I'm just going to go in with a small brush, and I'm layering this over top of that bronzer just because this is a little deep for me as a highlight. So I like placing this right over that bronzer, and it adds that really nice just back from the beach or the pool kind of look. Next, I'm going in with the cream highlight. It is the Glow Cream Base. This is a very subtle cream, and I like to take it on my finger because it helps warm up the product a little bit. And I don't go in with a whole lot, but y'all know that I love to layer my highlight, and this also provides a tacky base for the powder to adhere to. Can't forget the nose. I will never not be able to highlight my nose. And next I'm going in with my Anastasia A23, and I am going in with my favorite product of the bunch. It's the Glow Impact Powder. This is a very stiff powder, so the reason I showed me grabbing the product is because I want you to be able to see that you have to dig a little bit. But that's actually pretty perfect for those of you who like subtle, because then you can go in with a pretty light hand, but it also builds up to a very, just as the product says, glow impact. Lastly, we're going to finish out the face with the forehead and then the Cupid's bow and the chin. I love placing highlight pretty much all over my face, apparently. But I really do love placing highlight just at certain areas to give my face, my foundation, a more wet and dewy look. I hope you found that demo helpful. So obviously I get very excited with highlight, and I feel like it always comes across in my either get ready with me's tutorials, demos. If something is like really striking my fancy, I'm like, Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and go into final thoughts and let you know whether I love this product or not. So first off, I do want to tell you about the packaging. Now let me take out the Bloom palette just so that you can see the comparison. They are identical in size. So there you go. That's the Bloom, that's the tan, identical. Now one thing I noticed when I first pulled this out of the box is that, I hope you can hear this, mine is very squeaky, and my Bloom palette wasn't like that. It's slightly squeaky if I really press. I don't hardly have to press, and let's see. See how it's, I don't know why it's like that. It's the plastic, I am sure, but anyways, not a deal breaker for me. Just know mine came like that, and I'm sure a lot of others are coming like that too. So first off, I do use the Glow Cream Base as my layering my highlight. It's the perfect tone for my skin tone. Well, let me take a step back. It's very suitable for my skin tone. However, I see it also suiting deeper skin tones because it almost has a once you start putting it on, it almost has like a little bit of a deeper rose tone. I don't know how else to describe that. Again, it suits my skin tone fine, but because it has that shadow of a little hint deeper, I think that can suit deeper skin tones. But I use it as the cream base, as the cream highlight. You guys know I love layering my highlight. I don't layer just because of this palette to use all the products. In my everyday routine, I always use a cream highlighter product and then I go in with powder. It just helps my highlight pop, and I love a very bold highlight. So I have been using it for that. Just as with all her other highlighting palettes, the cream base is not meant to be intense. It's not in any way, shape, or form a very metallic, intense look. Once you put it on, it's almost very subtle, and if you want it to be subtle, you can leave it at that, but it's really meant to be that layering, that step one, basically. In layering your highlight, it's also meant to be a little tacky so it can grab onto your powder highlight. It's just the process. So it is subtle. It's not meant to be metallic. Just know that. The Super Glow. I will tell you that the first couple of times that I used this as highlight, it's way too deep for me. I cannot use this as my highlight. That's why you saw me putting it over top of the bronzer. So I have found that I love layering that over top of this because it gives my skin that super healthy look, that super healthy glow, because it is a glow powder. But because of the tone, for me, it ends up looking more of like a bronzer type of shade. So it just makes sense for me to layer it, use this one first to actually bronze my skin, and put this one on top to just kind of make it, take it to the next level as far as that glow, that sun-kissed, I just stepped out, you know, I just came from the beach kind of glow. So just know that I really do believe this would work for my deeper skin tone ladies, because on me, it is absolutely too deep as a highlight, but I make it work, and I love how I have made it work. It's perfect. The bronzer, so this is what I'm loving about this palette, without maybe giving it away, is that I think this is going to suit so many. So my fair skin tone ladies, I got a comment once basically saying like, why does it have to be all about they don't make enough for deeper skin tone ladies? We fair ladies also struggle. And that's not something I had ever thought of, and I get that too. I'm kind of I'm not in the middle, but I'm kind of like the light to light medium. I feel like we can use a lot of stuff. I had never thought about that, so that makes a lot of sense too. You know, just the different range of skin tones. There's just so many. I love God's creativity. I just love how we're all so different and unique and beautiful, and that makes me happy. Anyways, so this, if I go in too heavy, it looks a little dark. So that first time in the demo that I started applying that, it almost ended up looking like a spot. However, this is very easy to blend out. It blended out just like that. It's so easy, so effortless. So what I have done with this bronzer is I dip lightly and I layer, and I go in with a light hand, because if not, it looks like too much. So my deeper skin tone ladies, I think this is going to work for you very well. My fair skin tone ladies, you would have to go in with a very light hand on this. So just so that you know that. My fair skin tone ladies, you may be able to use this as a blush. That might look really beautiful with a very light hand, give you that sheen, give you that glow. You probably will also be able to do what I did as far as like layering it over top of your bronzer. Again, with a light hand, I think that would work. This, I think, is very suitable for multiple skin tones, because here's the thing about this particular product is that it's very, very stiff. When I first opened it, it looked like plastic. It looked like a plastic block as my, you know, product. I don't know how else to describe that. It has taken several uses to start wearing down the NDs because I have to dig. That's why in the demo I showed you like me rubbing like that, because that's what I have to do. It's very stiff. So that means you can go in with a very light hand very easily. You don't have to try to, you know, dip in there lightly. No, you can easily go in with a light hand. Again, I like a bold highlight. I go in with a lot. So this glow is beyond words. If you are a highlight freak like me, this glow is beyond words. Like, I remember in the description it said it gives you like that glass-like look, and I think that may have been for one of the other pans of product, but oh my gosh, so stunning. I love this powder. And again, I see it working for multiple skin tones. I am again, light to light medium skin tone, and it is perfection as a highlight for me. I don't have to make it work any other way. The only other thing I wanted to loop back around and tell you is that the bronzer seems to pull a little bit red on me. It's not so excessive that it turns me off. You guys know I prefer not to go with a red-based bronzer. I kind of detect a hint of it when I put it on, but again, it's not so overdone that I'm like, oh yeah, this bronzer isn't for me. No, I still love the bronzer, but just know that that is a little bit of what I find to be in the undertone, in case that's something that's important to you. So I don't think you have to even guess what I feel about this product. Honestly, when I placed my order, I figured I would love it just because most Natasha Denona products I end up really loving. They just end up working out for me, and it ends up justifying the price tag for me. So this is beyond a Dazzled for me. Now, had it not worked out for me, I think I would have been that much more heartbroken because I was anticipating loving it. And the first time I used it, it took me figuring out how to use the different pans of product to suit my skin tone. So it was more of like exploring that first time. Then once I started using it more and knowing how I like to apply each one, it was like every time I used it, I loved it more and more and more, and now I am just so blown away. This, I think, is perfect for summer. This is, of course, my opinion, guys, so, you know, in case you want to check out a few other reviews and see if everyone's kind of consistent in their consensus, as far as my opinion on this, this is a Dazzled. I love this for summer. I love the warmth that it gives my skin. I'm so happy. I love, love, love this product. And side note, if you did not know, she's coming out with a new eyeshadow palette called the Sunrise palette here in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, total side note squirrel moment. That's it, guys. That wraps up my Dazzled or Disappointed for today for this tan palette. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of this video. You guys know that at this point I give you a verse of the day just to encourage you and help motivate you, help that it brightens your day. I'm actually going to give you just a snippet of lyrics from a song that is very close to my heart right now. I just pray that when I talk to you that you would see Jesus, that I don't want to shove him down your throat, nothing like that. You can click off right now if you don't even want to listen, but this is more just in an effort to tell you that Jesus loves you so very much, more than you could ever think or imagine. If you're in a very low place, if you feel unloved, if you feel discouraged, if you feel thrown away. I have been in the spot of feeling thrown away, but the thing about it is I never felt unloved by Jesus. I mean, his love just transcends so much, and it's my prayer that you would feel that love in whatever place in life you are right now. But there's a song by Casting Crowns called Only Jesus, and it's... Anyways, let me give you the lyrics and we'll leave it at that. I don't want to leave a legacy. I don't care if they remember me. Only Jesus. And I've only got one life to live. I'll let every second point to him. Only Jesus. I pray that you come to know that love, that you come to know that closeness with him. It's life-changing. I have been in some just dark spots in my life that I couldn't have made it without him. So I love you guys. And even if you didn't want to hear that, just know that I love you, just from a point or a standpoint of just really caring for you as an individual. I love you, and I thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give the likes, the thumbs up. I was about to, who knows what I was about to say. All right, I'm rambling at this point. Bye guys, I'll talk to you very soon. Oh, last thing, happy Memorial Day. If you have served or you are serving, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for helping to keep us free. I couldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful and happy Memorial Day. Don't forget to, if you are not serving and you see a serviceman in your grocery store or wherever, don't forget to tell them how much you appreciate their service. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Bye.